Hi, my name is Jeremy Logsdon, and this is a short video on the health risks of obesity that I've created for my charity, Stellar Path Inc. If you're reviewing this on YouTube, you may visit the charity's homepage at stellarpath.org for more information. Stellar Path Inc. focuses on obesity, specifically its prevention and cure. I hope this video will be informative and entertaining. I also hope you like popular culture, because that's where a lot of my examples today are coming from. First, let's talk about the health risks of obesity. Some of the health risks of obesity are quite obvious and well known by all. Obese people tend to have a higher incidence of high blood pressure, high cholesterol and triglycerides, increased risk of heart disease, stroke, sleep apnea, and type 2 diabetes, among other risks. However, what many people don't know is the effect that obesity and insulin resistance can wreak on your body. Insulin's job is to deliver sugar to cells to provide them with energy, because cells alone are incapable of taking in glucose or fatty acids. However, when we are insulin resistant, our blood glucose levels rise, and this results in our pancreas dumping insulin into our bloodstream. Now, whether we have insulin problems or not, insulin allows glucose to enter our cells. But if the number of calories we take in is higher than the number of calories we burn through our basal metabolic rate or physical activity, our cells get more glucose than they need. This is what causes us to accumulate fat. It's really a bit of a vicious cycle. Obese people often have problems with insulin, and insulin problems lead to more obesity. Let's look at an example. Now, in this video clip that is playing, let's pretend that the Power Rangers, they're the guys and gals in the brightly colored suit, are insulin, and the bad guys in the gray suits, that's our blood sugar. When we eat, our blood sugar goes up. Obviously, this means that the bad guys come out in droves. While our insulin defeats the blood sugar, whether it is by burning it with physical activity or moving it into our fat cells for storage. And this is where the big problems comes in. It isn't just stored in our cells to be used at a later date. Blood sugar, remember, those are the bad guys, is turned into alpha glycerol phosphate. If we hadn't had to have so many Power Rangers, insulin, come out and fight the bad guys, the blood sugar, we would have ended up with a simple fatty acid rather than alpha glycerol phosphate, which is a triglyceride. Triglycerides are harder to get out of our fat cells than simply fatty acids, which are so small they can freely move in and out of our fat cells and can be easily burned. This, over time, results in obesity. Did you get all that?
Okay. Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things?
Basically, it boils down to this. Eating foods high in processed carbs and simple sugars cause your body to gain and keep excess weight. There are financial risks to being obese as well. Did you know that the average obese individual pays $2,741 more per year than healthy weight individuals in medical expenses? On a national scale, obesity results in $190.2 billion worth of medical costs. That is 21% of our nation's total medical expenses, all devoted to obesity. That's obviously a lot of money.
Oh, I can't take his money. I can't print my own money. I have to work for money. Why don't I just lie down and die?
Now, so far, we've talked about how obesity happens from a metabolic reason and from a personal and national financial level. Before I close this video out, I want to talk about obesity at a societal level. Back in 1992, The Simpsons did a parody of fast food restaurants with a commercial for a product called the Good Morning Burger.
We take 18 ounces of sizzling ground beef and soak it in rich creamery butter. Then we top it off with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. We call it the Good Morning Burger.
At the time that this aired, this was meant to be a joke about how bad fast food was for you. It wasn't real. The joke was that no restaurant would actually serve something like this. However, today in 2013, food like this really is readily available. For one thing, there's the Heart Attack Grill, a novelty restaurant near Phoenix, Arizona that will serve you for free if you weigh over 350 pounds. However, even restaurants that are available nationwide like Hardee's still serve burgers that are almost 1,500 calories each. And even KFC recently came out with a sandwich where they use fried chicken breasts in place of bread. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, it isn't the fast food restaurant's responsibility to keep people fit. If people buy it, of course a for-profit business will produce it. It's all about personal accountability. The question is, which is ultimately more important to you? Temporary taste or long-term health?